Good afternoon, I'm Brian Reagan, this is
Tyler Kelly.
and we welcome you to our midday meditation. Today we are in Song of Solomon chapters 5 through 8. We're going to specifically look at chapter 8 verses 6 and 7. Tyler.
Set me as a seal upon your heart, as a seal upon your arm. For love is as strong as death, jealousy as cruel as the grave. Its flames are flames of fire, a most vehement flame. Most waters cannot quench love, nor can the floods drown it. If a man would give for love all the wealth of his house, it would be utterly despised.
All right. So, Solomon is returned, or at least the bridegroom is returned. She's gone out to meet him. And remember, we said that there's been this just life that's happened in between. Yeah, it's great, you know, the courtship and the engagement and that first year of marriage where everything is, you know, this is the greatest thing ever, right? But then life happens. You have to work 100 hours a week sometimes. You only see your spouse when you go, hey, good to see you. I think your name is still such and such, right? We're still married? Great, love you. Catch you in 3 weeks. Maybe we'll be able to sit down and have a sandwich. And some people, you have to make time. You understand, sometimes there is no time to be made. You know, and that's what's happened here. He's been busy doing what's his business. Some of her friends have been back and forth a little bit. And this is the challenge, all right? And people don't talk about this. Every marriage will have some point of insecurity or transition or instability. And this is where the book like Song of Solomon comes in. If you're just looking for the sex imagery, you can find that in there. But if you're looking at this as the ebb and tide of a relationship between two people, the things of life, and that was, go over, grab 2:15 real quick, Tyler, Song of Solomon. You got her?
Yes, sir. Catches the foxes, the little foxes that spoil the vines, for our vines have tender grapes.
Okay. And that's the point. Little foxes. You say, what? What's that mean? Little distractions. Little distractions. I've probably seen a dozen foxes in my life that were actually in the wild. Okay. There is nothing about a fox that terrifies me. Right? If a fox goes, yip, 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 and tries to come at me, you know, little fox, go away. Okay? But what can a fox do to a chicken house? A lot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And so depending upon where that little fox is at, well, that's the point there. The little distractions of the foxes, if you don't keep the little foxes out, what? Man, you got all kinds of chaos. And so you do need to do that, but gentlemen, sometimes you need to reaffirm to your spouse what she says here. Set me as a seal upon your heart, a seal upon your arm. Engrave it, etch it in so that I know. Now, Tyler, in no way am I advocating people getting tattooed.
Okay.
The imagery is like when someone gets a big heart on their arm and writes, Mom. Okay? Well, I'm glad you love your mother. Okay? But, you know, then they get, you know, man, some of them get, you know, a girl's name tattooed. Well, genius, I hope you plan on keeping her. Because that's the point of what she's saying. Etch this in so that you can't ever change it. And until recently, you know what you were stuck with if you put someone's name on you?
Their name.
You're stuck with it, yeah. Someone. No. A lot of stuff we've had come out in the last 20 years on tattoos, they didn't have, well, until about the last 20 years. That's why I said last 20 years. Okay? And that's her point. Because the Old Testament forbid or encourage tattooing, Tyler.
Definitely forbid.
Forbid it. And that's her point. Etch it into your arm, ink it, etch it into your heart so that it can never go away. Be that devoted, that committed. That's what she's looking for, is that reassurance. And the same also is true, though, ladies. You're going to talk to women now? Yeah. Next time you're joking with some dude, and then you say it doesn't mean anything, but your husband don't talk to you for 3 days, it's probably because he doesn't really trust you. Yeah. Oh wait, that's the point of this book. There's two sides to a marriage. There's a man and a woman naturally born from birth with only two genders. And each side has a part to play. And both sides need to reassure each other. After difficult times and through difficult times, I'm yours, you're mine, end of discussion. Nothing else is coming between us. And that's where this song really closes out. The stuff's been taken care of, business has been dealt with. You're mine, I'm yours, we are each other's, end of discussion. And if people had that mindset, what would that do to more of the divorce rate, Tyler?
Drop it.
Drop it. But most people go into a marriage and they don't understand even the most basic principles of Song of Solomon. Never thought I'd look at Song of Solomon as something you could use for marriage counseling. So, anything you want to add, my brother?
No, sir.
Do you want to talk about any of the choice imagery?
I'm good.
All right. Tyler did say that you could go on the internet and find pictures that graphically illustrate the exact literal imagery of this book. And it is funny.
Terrifying, but funny.
Yeah. You know, his teeth are like this, his legs are like that. And someone took all of the imagery literally and made picture drawings of marble and all that made a person, So he said, no, I'm going to encourage you, don't go looking for those on the internet, because unless you have your filters set right, you will probably come across other images that you probably don't need to. So Tyler is going to have that for our Wednesday afternoon as we begin Isaiah. He'll have a printout of what he was talking about, and then that way you don't have to go looking for it. You can just come to our video and find it. His teeth are like piano keys, but only the ivories. Yeah. All right. With that, we bid you good afternoon.